Rookie cops often think from the very start of their police careers that the badge gives them the power to manipulate people however they want and enforce their own laws. Today we're talking about such officers and their encounters with people who knew how to defend their rights. When you see just how badly these cops have behaved, you're gonna want all them fired immediately. So let's go to the videos. There's literally nothing worse than rookie cops who believe they hold all the power the moment they don their uniform. Take for example this female officer who became very nervous because she encountered a man who knew his rights. After she threatened to hit the man in public, he didn't let her threat go unchallenged. And why should he? He was moving in public where cops are supposed to protect citizens and ensure they feel secure. She didn't appreciate the man following and taking pictures of her. All she wanted was a bit of authority and power, and now everyone could see how little power she actually had. The moment her frustration escalated was when she realized the man was filming her. She started demanding he get the camera out of her face, claiming he had no right to take pictures or record her. Incorrectly so, madam. The man has every right to record whatever he wants in public, including law enforcement actions, and she must be aware of that. After all, how is it possible she doesn't remember that just a few months ago she swore to protect civil rights?
You're gonna hit me? I'm sorry, you're gonna threaten me, officer?
Are you trying to cause a scene right now? Because I'll arrest you for disorderly instead.
Why? I'm doing what I'm doing my...
No, you're attempting to cause a scene here with
No, I'm not. You just threatened to hit me.
You most certainly are.
You just threatened to hit me. You threatened to bash me.
201 from 222.
I don't get threatened in public. Sorry.
Would you respond to in front of the box lunch? Stop taking my photograph.
Nice to the officer. Be a gentleman.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
that goes both
that's the
ways.
problem right there.
That goes both ways.
Get that camera out of my face.
I'm on public property. I can do what I want.
That's not public property.
I am now.
You are so rude. Are you recording me?
I'm in public. I'm a news person.
Hold on. Are you recording right now?
I am videotaping, which is in my constitutional rights.
It most certainly is not.
It certainly is. In public, I have the right to record video and ambient noise. And
This is not
law
ambient noise.
enforcement has no respect, no expectation of privacy when you're doing your job. You're in uniform.
When she realized how wrong she was, the female cop began to lie, claiming she never threatened to hit the man. Her ego stretched so far that she lied even though the man had recorded her words on camera. Just because she wears a badge doesn't give her the right to threaten the man with violence. She argued that she was merely passing by and it was the man who followed her. However, just because she says something and lies doesn't mean that her lie will somehow magically turn into truth. After all, it's clear to all of us who's wasting whose time here, right?
In your law,
Oh, I forgot that you're a policeman.
you don't have to be abusive to me and threaten to smash me in the face with my camera because I took a photo and asked a question.
That's not what
This is the United States of America last time I checked. And I'm in public and you just made a bunch of noise towards me and I don't appreciate it.
I walked away from you and you followed me, okay? That's what happened. I suppose we'll have to seize your camera as evidence, right?
You're not seizing my camera unless you have due cause.
This time, two rookie cops tried to invent their own rules and were notably upset when they encountered a man who knew the law better than they did. A man arrived at the scene of an accident and decided to film what happened. Then the cops chose to completely ignore the crime they were supposed to investigate and thought it would be a great idea to shift their focus to this man and his filming. They approached the man and told him that he had to hand over his phone because by recording the scene, he's now part of the investigation and that his phone and the recording would be used in court. What's the purpose of police body cameras if the key to solving the case is the footage from the man's phone? After all, cops need to realize as soon as possible that they cannot simply declare someone a part of an investigation and expect that person to identify themselves and comply with their fabricated rules.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Okay,
Get your hands off me.
You're not listening to anything I'm telling you.
Because you're wrong.
No,
it's my First Amendment right.
Is this is the same thing I've explained to you on 85. So everything that you take, photographs of the crime scene, videos, is subject to subpoena.
All right, what crime have I committed?
Okay, I'm
don't
not
touch
telling
me.
you committed a crime. I'm explaining you're not free to go.
Okay, so you don't
Let
have
me
the
see
right
your
to detain me.
Actually, I do. Actually, I do.
I haven't committed a crime.
Yeah, it's not a crime.
It's going to be obstruction.
It's my First Amendment. No,
Investigative
I'm on
detention.
public property.
Let me
It's
see your
my
ID.
First Amendment
Let
right.
me see your
I'm not.
ID.
No. Can get your supervisor here. Who's your
ID.
supervisor?
He's right over there.
All right, get your supervisor.
I'm
please.
identifying you.
Okay,
Plain and
no.
simple.
I want to see your supervisor. I want to talk to your
Talk to me real
supervisor.
quick, man. Listen.
I want to talk to your supervisor.
The supervisor
organizer is busy, man.
Okay. Well, leave me alone. It's my First Amendment right. We're in the United States of America. I have not broken the law. I'm on public property. I'm not interfering with your crime scene.
Can you stop talking and listen just for a couple of seconds, okay? As this officer's trying to explain, all right? When somebody's taking photographs, stuff like that, it may have to be used in court at a later time, man. That's the only thing. We're not trying to get you in trouble. We're not trying to hem you up. Not upset that you're recording or taking pictures, man. All we want to do is just have you identified. That way, if this goes before a court or whatever, they know that you were out here and know that you may have a picture that's going to help them solve this crime, dude.
Moreover, they forgot they can't simply demand the man to hand over his phone. They need a warrant for that, which they clearly didn't have. Also, if they needed a recording from the man's phone, his name would be irrelevant to them. However, it became apparent that the video wasn't the actual issue here. It was the man's refusal to boost their egos. You'll agree.
That's it.
Okay,
That's all it is.
First of all, you have plenty of surveillance and everything of whatever happened. Second of all, if you whatever you need from my footage, my camera, you need a subpoena or a warrant for that.
Right, and that's perfectly
exactly
fine. That's why we're not trying to
Okay,
take your
so
shit
you don't
from
need my ID for
But
that.
listen,
You need to go to the proper authorities, to the judge or the magistrate to go get a warrant.
If you walk away, how are we supposed to know who you are? To
Okay,
to
well,
get your camera or any
this
footage
my
at a later point
okay.
in time?
Right now, you're not gonna violate my Fourth Amendment right of seizing my ID or my identification when I'm not committed a crime.
What's your name?
Sir, I do
by
not.
not giving us your name, you're delaying our investigation.
If I have not committed a crime, I don't have to. I'm not. I
by
do
not
not.
giving us your name, you're delaying our investigation.
If I have not committed a crime, I don't have to. I'm not required to identify myself right now. No, I'm not required to identify myself right now because I've not committed.
But cops wouldn't be cops if they didn't have an excuse for every single mistake. This time, their excuse was that the man was hindering their investigation by refusing to identify himself. For some reason, it was crucial for these two cops to know the man's name, as if that alone would solve the entire case. It's needless to say how absurd this is, given that the man has nothing to do with the crime that occurred. He's merely a citizen who happened to be at the scene. One cop even escalated the situation physically when he attempted to forcibly take the phone from the man's hands. Of course, the cops failed to realize that they were wasting precious time arguing with a man who was unrelated to the incident. He wasn't even there when the crime took place.
By not giving us your name, you're delaying our investigation.
If I have not committed a crime, I don't have to. I'm not required to identify myself right now. No, I'm not required to identify myself right now because I've not committed a crime. Oh my gosh.
Okay. So
What's your name and badge number?
Right here, Officer Maddox, CMPD 6161.
Okay. Because I don't appreciate you touching me.
Well, I've told you several times.
I'm not executing my First Amendment right.
Investigative detention has nothing to do with that. So all I'm explaining to you is, you already reiterated, I just need your information. First name, last name, date of birth. Point of contact, that's it.
I don't need to give you any of that.
When this goes to the district attorney's office,
you don't need any of this. I'm a near bystander. You don't need any of my footage. You have everything. You have everything I have.
Explain it to you. Okay, when you take a
Okay,
photograph of the whole crime scene, they're gonna.
You don't need to know who I am. Nobody here. I don't have anything. I wasn't here when the crime occurred.
I'm not trying to take you downtown.
Okay, the guy was in the stretcher before I got here. Already loaded up in the ambulance. Just nothing here. Nothing that I have was the crime. I was not here when the crime was committed.
As time passed, more cops gathered around the man. They all seemed to forget about the crime they originally came to solve, and instead, their focus shifted to this man who became their primary concern simply because he didn't want to identify himself. How many cops then are actually left to tackle the real crimes? These officers are clearly of no use to the public, yet serving the people should be their sole duty. I hope these cops are immediately fired for this behavior.
So you don't need my footage.
No. So what I do is I
footage.
type in the narrative so the district attorneys know.
You don't need mine. I don't need to. All these people here filming, and you try to point me out, try to single me out. I'm not committed a crime. I was outside of the crime scene on public property.
That's fine.
I'm on a public sidewalk right now.
All right. So we can see his face. We know. We'll figure it out.
I'm out of here, man. And I'm gonna write.
It seems that this cop was either very bored at work or was having a bad day, so he decided it was the perfect time to boost his ego. He targeted a man who was driving his car ahead of him. After following him for almost 3 miles, the man thought the officer might want to say something to him and stopped. That was exactly what the cop was hoping for. He just couldn't wait for the chance to accuse the man of impeding traffic for stopping at a green traffic light, even though the man explained several times that he stopped because he thought the cop wanted to pull him over. Determined to find the man guilty of something, the cop accused him of speeding, which wasn't true. In the end, the cop issued him tickets for a couple of violations that, by the way, never occurred. Even though the cop left satisfied, I believe he should be fired immediately because this kind of behavior is clearly unacceptable. Wouldn't you agree?
traffic right now.
How's that?
You got a green light. Go ahead and pull over, all right? How you doing today, sir?
Fine, how are you doing?
I need your insurance and your driver's license also.
Okay.
I think you're a little distracted by the camera, maybe.
No, I was distracted by the fact you were breaking the law.
Okay. Well,
You realize that, right?
Okay. Well, you were impeding the traffic there. You didn't go on the green light. You're stopping in the middle of the road.
Well, I thought you were following me, so I thought maybe you wanted to say something to me.
Along, that's all.
Well, that's all.
Driving the speed limit. That's it. Give me a second, sir.
Sure.
All right, sir.
Yes.
I did write you a citation for impeding traffic. Okay. It's going to be for Romulus Court, 34th District.
Okay.
Within 14 days, you can give them a call, either set up a court date or find out about it.
Even though there was absolutely no traffic behind me,
There
huh?
sure was. You can check probably the videotapes, I'm sure.
Yeah, I got it right there.
Fine.
Is there any chance we can get you wear your seatbelt?
Well, there's a chance you can make a court date on it. We can
No chance to get you to obey the law?
drive carefully, sir. Have a good day.
You want to obey the law?
This time, a cop was so confident that he was backed by the law that he claimed he had the authority to decide whom to ask to delete videos from their phones. But let's start from the beginning, shall we? When the cop realized a man had filmed him failing to perform his duties properly, he decided to escalate the situation and dig himself into an even deeper hole. He could have simply apologized and continued with his work, acknowledging that everyone makes mistakes, but no. This cop demanded that the man delete the video from his phone, arguing that federal law grants officers the right to order citizens to delete something from their devices whenever the officers disapprove of it. Naturally, the cop was speechless when the man asked him to specify the law.
Is that the video you're taking? No, I'm not deleting it. You have to delete it, sir. No, I don't. You don't want any problems, sir? I don't want any problems either, but I don't have to delete my photo. No, I do. Yes, you do. What law is that? It's federal law. We can show it to you if you need to. Okay. Show it to me. Am I being detained? No, you're not. You're going to Well, if I'm not being detained, I'm not going anywhere. It's not one of those problems. I haven't done anything wrong. You are correct. You cannot videotape on a federal property. You can't videotape a federal facility. That's why we have these little things. Well, y'all put those up, I guess, for some privacy or whatever. But you can be arrested for that. Yes, you can. No, I can't. Yes, you can. It's against federal law. It's a federal charge to videotape this property. You sure? I'm positive. Show it to me. Show me the law. Freely come with you. I'll show you. Okay, I will freely come with you, but I'm going to tell you I'm running a body camera and this camera, and it's going to continue to run. Okay, let's go. Go ahead. All right, I'll walk with this guy. He got enough stuff on him to protect me. Don't get too bossy now. I'm going on my own free will. All right, then you go ahead. I'm going back to what I do. All right. I mean, I'm being friendly with you guys. I'm being nice. If you want to be a dickhead to me, treat me like I'm some slave or something. I'm not. I'm a U.S. citizen. I'm lawfully engaged in a constitutionally protected activity.
This cop definitely didn't know where to draw the line. This time, he claimed the man would be arrested for violating federal law, specifically stating that filming on federal property was prohibited. However, the man was well aware of his boundaries. He was on the sidewalk the entire time, and he had no intention of trespassing on federal property. The cop's eager attempt to find fault with the man was another issue altogether. But in reality, the situation wasn't that complicated. The man hadn't broken any laws. Perhaps this cop was simply misinformed or lacked a fundamental understanding of the basic principles of their duty. You know, skill issue.
Well, then we'll handle it out here. Okay. What exactly are you going to arrest me for? I'm not breaking a federal law. Okay, you're ill-informed. Okay? And I'm sorry, I don't mean to be testy with you. You're being nice, I got it. Why don't you step out of the street? I'm not armed or anything. I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I just don't want you to get run over or anything. Okay, so that is federal property. I cannot go in there and videotape. I know this. You cannot videotape federal property at all. Sure you can. No, you cannot. Well, the Supreme Court differs with you on this. The Supreme Court says I can. Show me.
Believe it or not, this cop continued to debate with the man about the law. He demanded that the man prove he hadn't broken any laws. But isn't that the cop's area of expertise? After all, he's the one in law enforcement, right? Then a sergeant arrived, and unexpectedly, all the man's hopes of resolving the issue with him vanished. The sergeant claimed that the man needed permission to film and take pictures of their federal building, even though the man wasn't even inside the building.
The Supreme Court says I can. Show me. Well, you should already know it. This is established case law.
I don't know if you're making things up. Why don't you show me?
I don't know if you're making things up.
I'll show you where it says you cannot.
Okay. I'll go with you up there to look at what you guys show me, okay? All right, let's go. Come on. Or I guess this guy's the boss that's coming? Okay. I'll talk to him real quick. Maybe we can resolve this without you having to show me whatever you want to show me. Hi, how you doing? Mr. Morales?
Yes, sir.
Colonel, Major, what are they? I don't know how y'all rank. Yeah, but I see the Oakley things. What does that mean? Oh, so it's not like you're a major or a colonel or anything like that. Okay. Okay, so
What's going on?
I am out here taking photographs of anything that I can see from the public property. They say that's against federal law. I'm saying that it is not against federal law.
But are you photographing over here
I am.
the federal inspection area?
Absolutely.
Do you have permission from CBP to
I don't
record?
need permission from CBP. I have written authorization. It's called the Constitution of the United States.
Yes, sir, but this is a federal institution here, so I can't have you have
That is a federal institution in there. Okay.
Right.
You guys have all the authority in there.
Yes,
Okay, but wait.
You record over here. No, listen.
All right, you go ahead and finish.
Anything you record over here is a matter of national security because I don't know who you are, so you cannot record.
Okay.
You
Can
have
I
permission
talk
from
now?
CBP. You need a permission.
I don't need permission from
Yes,
CBP.
yes, you do.
However, all the man needed to rely on was constitutional law. Constitutional law protected his right to film everything he saw in public, and the cops had no authority over him unless he broke a law. Yet it seems futile to educate these cops because it appears they have never heard of the First Amendment. After all, if you don't want people to be able to take pictures and videos of a federal building from the outside, then they should definitely consider building a wall to prevent it from being seen from the outside.
All I need.
Media? Are you?
All I need is the Constitution of the United States. The First Amendment gives me the right from public property to document anything I can see.
Okay. Yeah, you have any permission to record out here, but you cannot record in here.
Absolutely. Anything I can see from public
sir.
property, I can
It's
record.
national security.
It-
So
If you
cannot-
don't,
you
if you
cannot
don't want me to
record
take pictures of it, you'll have to build a wall out here. Okay, I see that you tried to kind of block it out a little bit, and that's your right. If you don't want me to see in there, the government can build walls and do whatever they want. But from public property, you
why do you
cannot
want to
prevent.
take pictures of here?
I was just curious about what was going on in there, that's all. I'm a tourist. I'm a tourist. I don't see this kind of stuff where I come from. We don't have border crossing.
Business recording for you. You're not coming from Mexico. You're in the U.S. This is a federal property. You cannot record.
I can record it if I can see it from public property.
No, so,
What,
no,
mine?
leave him. Just leave him. Let's go. Let's go.
Am I under arrest? Am I being detained? Okay, I'm not armed. I'm not.
No,
I'm just
just
here to take
record. This is federal property. You need to have permission from CBP, from public relations to be recording. If you're media, you need to have some permission slip to record. Do you have any of that? Are you media? Or do you have any credentials that you are?
I have the Constitution of the United States. That is all I need.
All right, just do not record, sir, please.
I'm going to continue to record. If you want to call your
The cops were seething with anger because they were powerless against this man. He even challenged them to bring out all their books and documents to prove that he was wrong to film the federal building from the sidewalk. The cops thought they were being provoked, but in reality, he wasn't seeking trouble or trying to make their job difficult. All he wanted was for the police to respect him as a citizen they swore to serve and to acknowledge his rights. After all, the only way for cops to earn the respect they desire is by being exemplary officers, not by acting like tyrants. Who knows, perhaps these cops will consider a career change after being utterly outmaneuvered by a single individual.
If you want to call your public relations people and ask them, they will tell you.
Call them. You cannot record in here, sir.
They will tell you that I can record. Well, okay, look, he said he was going to show me a law. Can you show me what law? Maybe we can.
It's under national security law, border security, and I have total authority to have you not record here. So I'm asking you nicely, please do not record.
Don't yell at me.
Right.
I don't do well when people start yelling at me.
Okay, are you going to comply?
Okay. Have you guys received the DHS memo from 2010?
Yes.
Okay. What does that memo say?
Do you have it?
I do have it. I can pull it up for you if you'd like to see it.
Do you have the authority to record this facility?
Yes, I do. The
No, you
DHS
don't.
memo says that I can record it.
Sorry, sir.
All right, well, I'm going to go back to what I was doing. Don't let him get you in trouble, Hood.
Listen, sir, we're not trying to have any problems.
I'm not trying to have any problems
either.
either.
We're not here to arrest you or go out of our way, but it is our job.
I understand. I'm not trying to get in your business. I'm not trying to get in your job, and I'm not trying to.
Recording. You cannot record here, sir.
I'm not trying to reveal anything that's top secret in there. It's just catching agents in the normal course of their duties. I'm not.
Yeah, but you don't have permission.
I don't need permission, Morales. Let's do this. Let's do this, okay? I don't want you to have trouble, and I don't want to have trouble. I'll go in there with you. We'll call media relations and see if we can get this straightened out. How about that?
All right.
Is that the only way that's going to get you to stop doing what you're doing?
If I go in there and media relations tells me I can't do this, then I'll stop and I'll leave. How's that?
We really appreciate that.
I'll do that.
Okay. We're gonna go inside the office. You're not gonna record anything.
Okay,
inside the office.
my body camera runs. That's for my protection. Listen, let me finish. What I'll do is you tell me where over here I have to turn it off, and I'll stop it from recording.
Once you get past this gate.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay.
I'll do that. Like I said, I'm not trying to give you a hard time, okay? But at the same time, I want my rights respected, and that's all I'm doing here.
I understand that, but we're gonna get this straightened out.
Okay,
I cannot have you recording
that's
there.
fine. I'll go in there with you.
Once I have you inside that office,
I'll stop the camera.
All cameras
I'll stop the
gotta
camera.
go on.
I'll stop the camera.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that. I understand. Once I go on your property, I'm subject to your rules. I'm good with that. Okay, and I'm doing this willingly. I'm not. Nobody's dragging me in there. I'll go in there willingly. I'll shut it all off.
Okay.
Okay. So there's 3 cameras here.